Me?
Yeah, good evening. Welcome to Premier League, Japan, round 18. And we got, as you can probably tell, already by looking at the drivers in the lobby, we've got a lot of reserves in tonight. I think we might only actually have 11 of the Premier League races. If Nunda can get in, because he's struggling with his connection, that'll make it 12. And then 7 reserves on top of that.
Wow.
But it's an opportunity
race
for
coming up.
drivers to get some points. Yeah, absolutely. Nunda can't join this time, and we are just going to go with the 18. But yeah, it's like we said earlier, very much a case of the pubs are back open. Oh, and there we go, Nunda is in. So Nunda's in, he's going to pick that McLaren, and then we're good to go. Wait for him, there we go, he's picked his car. Let's go. And yeah, they're already up. Yeah, anyway, last night, wasn't it? That absolutely fantastic race we had in the championship. The conditions, as I mentioned, trickiest I've ever seen in a league race that I commentated on, at least. I think one more person to ready up and we can get going. But yeah, that was really, really difficult race, that was. And in the end, it was Sloth that came through, staying the soft tyres in the wet conditions. Tree Slade just behind Irish. Irish New Potato put a charge on at the end, didn't he? To get towards the top, but it just wasn't enough in the end. Still just waiting for one more person to ready up so we can go.
You not fancy it then tonight? Oh, here we go.
There we go, we're finally going. Yeah, we'll go through the grid when we get into the quali session, but yeah, we have got one that's not turned up as well, which is Sully in the Williams. So Williams just sloughed today, and of course he's a championship driver, reserving for his team. We have got a few actually reserving in their own teams tonight, which is good, so they can actually fight for points on their own team. Good evening Tango, evening Vintage. Tango's got about 15 invites, I think. But yeah, I don't know jinx it, but his connection to the lobby's actually been a lot better of late. He's picked up some decent points in a couple of races over the last few weeks, and we'll go through the standings soon just to prove that. He would have gone for Chazza for pole, and yeah, I would have too. I saw his performance in Japan in ALR as well in gold, and he was incredible, wasn't he? His quali pace, but yeah, unfortunately he's having problems with his PS overheating. So there we go, we've got a dry quali, haven't we? But it looks like it to begin with anyway.
Yep.
Sunshine, blue skies. So we'll go through the grid. Only 19 then. I think it's the first time this season we've had to go with 19, but yeah, I think with the first week of things opening back up again, it's really hit us hard. A lot of people obviously not racing tonight. Japan as well, they probably saw last night's race and thought, I don't want some of that. Anyway, we'll go through, and we've got young Tommy reserving in the Red Bull. Replacing Mr. Elite tonight. Cryptic Alibi's in the Racing Point replacing Chazza. We've got Sloth in the Williams who's replacing Gurman, and then obviously Sully's not here too, also Williams. Serious Mushrooms in the Ferrari, and he's replacing Marvsky. We've got Nightwing. Yeah, Nightwing is back. Race winner this season. He won in Vietnam, didn't he? So be good to see what he can do towards the top. He's replacing Lynx tonight, so it's like for like almost in that Mercedes seat. We've got Modu, who was impressive yesterday in the championship, wasn't he? To begin with, in quali he was brilliant, and then he got up to P3 after the first few corners. Unfortunately spun and was outside the points for the rest of the race, but he's in the Haas tonight in his own car. Jonesy's back after P5 and driver of the day in League 1 yesterday. He's in his Alpha Tauri car. His teammate just retired in the pits, Dan Murphy, as he usually does. So we go, yeah, we've only actually got 12 of the Premier League drivers in tonight. So it's a makeshift grid, but an opportunity for some different drivers to pick up points. and for some reserves to show what they're made of course, Sloth in particular, because Sloth will be in the Premier League next season. Tango.
Oh, Tango's gone. I told you, you said it.
Just saying, I've jinxed it.
Yeah, you said it on
my fault. Even into serious mushroom. Yeah, Tango said you've doomed me now. Yeah, he's gone already. We'll have a quick look through the standings then. Yeah, we're probably about 40 odd seconds ahead, but cars still choosing not to go out, leaving it quite late. Makes you wonder if we're even further ahead, not too sure. Yeah, Premier League standings then. So in the lead we have got Denzo. P3 last week for Denzo, of course. Lynx won his second race with us, but Denzo's 51 clear of Rick, so it's looking good for them. They're definitely going to be the top two, with Sully not racing tonight, he's third, and Siege not racing in fourth, and Lynx not racing, who's fifth. Chazza is sixth, he's not racing. Conan's in seventh, he's not racing. So that all but confirms it is going to be Denzo and Rick the top two. And yeah, Denzo, we've only got 5 races left, so he's looking strong favourite, isn't he? First car out is going to be Denzo, finally. 15 minutes, well, about 3 minutes into the session. So yeah, an opportunity for some other drivers to climb the stands tonight as well. Towards the bottom, Mr. Elite's on -2. It does look like he's going to be going down to the championship for next year. Jay Story is on 2 points. Marcy's on 8 and not racing tonight. Pot's up on 8. Sweet MJP on 16. They're the two that we're really looking to pick up points tonight. Watch out for them too. Pot Stuff and Sweet MJP. Bradfield's then got 23, Tango 28, Sam 29. I think they'd probably be safe, especially with some races not racing tonight and then only 4 laps after tonight. But
yeah, definitely
Pot Stuff, Sweet MJP will be looking to score some points tonight, that's for sure. Take a quick look into the constructors then. Racing Point lead the way by 8 points to Alfa Romeo. That is incredibly close, and it's really close between Alfa Romeo and Williams. Oh, sorry, it's McLaren and Williams. They're the top two in the championship. There was 5 between them last night. It's 8 between the top two in the Premier League, and it is going to be between Racing Point and Alfa Romeo for the constructors. People can catch them, but it'll be a ridiculous scenario, so it is just between them really. And as you can see early on here, mediums for Denzo and Rick, both the brothers, so I think they're quick enough to get through here, and the mediums I think they're quick enough too as well, so an indication they might be going for the softs in Q2. Good luck to Jonesy, saying vintage. Yeah, of course, Jonesy, League 1 racer, as is young Tommy. Young Tommy won't be a League 1 racer next season, though. He's obviously
definitely not
promoted to the championship yesterday, wasn't he? Denzo's now going to start his lap then, so we'll go on board with his lap on the medium tyres. Into turn 1 then, that wide right hand sweep, trying not to go 4 wheels wide there. It does it absolutely perfectly. We saw by Shane's lap yesterday, didn't we? It was incredible. Into the S's then. And look how much he's pushing it, getting right on that curve as he goes into Dunlop then, where I lost it in League 1 yesterday. And Denzo getting a bit wobbly there. Of course, he is on the medium, so he's not got as much grip. It's an easy place to invalidate there, and we did say last night, he's gone wide, and he does invalidate there, Denzo, and it did look like he was going very wide. We're going board with his brother, and then Rick Dalton, he's now going through turn 1 too. Swooping that car in then.
Let's see if he goes full throttle around that corner.
Yeah, it's always interesting watching cars in Dunlop, isn't it? Especially on the mediums, and he's done that really well there. Really good there. From Denzo, now goes into the first Degner, and he invalidates it. He didn't even look like he
he's
went
hit
wide.
that, yeah, that.
But yeah, he invalidates Rick Dalton. So both Denzo and Rick have invalidated early on. I don't know how that invalidated his time. It didn't even look like he went 4 wheels off. Stupidly harsh. Anyway, Denzo. Actually, we've got Alpha Tauri. Yeah, that's Jonesy just gone out. That's it. Nunda is going to be the first one to set a lap. Goes past where Vaisheng crashed yesterday. I think someone else crashed there yesterday in Championship 2 in the slippery conditions. Nunda then in the McLaren comes across the lines at 1:27.7. First lap set with only 11.5 minutes left in the session, and a Ferrari now crosses the line. That's still with Muffin just starting his lap. Former Premier League driver, of course, back in the league he was in, and then got Alfa Romeo, and that's Cowie on the soft tyres. Everyone is on the softs apart from the two insanely quick brothers of Denzo and Rick there. And he's back across the line with a quicker than Nunda? He is quicker than Nunda by a good 4 tenths. Good there for Cowie. Cowie was getting a bit of form back to me. Last week he just outside of points. A week before he did finish 4th in Britain, so yeah, he's been doing incredibly well, hasn't he, lately? Tommy's just starting winning that red ball. Bradfield still remains in the pits. We've got Jay Story back across the line on the other red ball. He does a 1:28.1, and he's only a few. And Sully has joined, so Sully has joined late. Of course, you'll see how that goes. Ball and Benzo. Avoiding that wall there. Goes up to P1 a few tenths quicker on the medium tyres. An incredible lap there from him. See, I think he'll be committing to the softs in Q2. Alfa Romeo looking good at the moment. Last week's results then, it was Russia last week, and now we go Ferrari's F2 Mushroom. It's quicker than Cowie, it's a great lap there from Serious Russia. Remember the Haas of that is Sweet MJP just on an outlet. We've got the racing point, I think that's Rick Dalton on another lap on the mediums, and he's kept this one valid. Let's see what he does then. And Lynx our winner last week, Rick was second. Third place was Sully, and Rick is 4 tenths quicker than Denzo. Wow, that's an incredible lap, 1:26.6 for the medium tyres. Really good there, early pace there from Rick Dalton. Got the upper hand on Denzo, pot stuff then. He's one that can really take advantage of some good points moving away from the relegation zone tonight, and he's up to P2, he's quicker than Denzo. 1:26.9 is a sensational lap for pot stuff. He was really unlucky last week in Russia, wasn't he? He was up in 4th when he had a spin and ruined his race, so he did manage to pick up a couple of points in the end anyway. Ferrari next, I think it's going to be Sam Swift. Again, his quali pace of late has been absolutely incredible. He's not picked up big hauls of points. He's picked up enough points to move him clear of the relegation battle for now, but he really is in for some big points sometime soon. Sam Swift then comes across the line. He's up to P2 now as well, just behind Rick Dalton by about 10th. Rick, of course, are on the medium tyre. We've got flush now, flurry of cars now coming across the line. Bradfield is just to start a lap. I think a couple more just to start their laps too. Next one's going to be AlphaTauri, and Jonesy went up to P8 by the way, ahead of Jay Story. Again, close and competitive there. He now comes into the pits, as do the other cars behind. Tango's in the pits. I'm not sure he's been able to join back in the session yet. Linda comes into the pits too, and then got the Haas crossing line. And that is Sweet MJP up into P5 then. His teammate Modu's going through Sector 1. His teammate for the night anyway. That Ferrari is Sam Swift just getting out of the way from there. Mercedes comes across the line as Sean just to start his lap. Nightwing is on a lap, he's just on an outlap, sorry. He is also going for the medium, so again, haven't seen Nightwing for a couple of months now, so it'd be interesting to see what his pace is going to be like. But I'd expect it to be challenging Denzo and Rick. Yes, Tango has now joined that. Sloth's in Sector 1, Sean's in Sector 1, Modu's in Sector 1. Alfa Romeo across the line. I think Cowie's doing some practice race runs, and he's 3,000 behind his teammate Denzo now then. We're about to see a red ball. Is that young Tommy going for another lap, and he's invalidated. I think he must have invalidated Lissa next then, young Tommy, because he's invalidated for this lap too. Mercedes next then, as Sean, Nightwing coming across the line just to start his lap. We've got Modu close behind. That lap's gone quick. Going ball with Modu again. His qualifying performance was incredible yesterday in the championship. Just unlucky in the race. Let's see what Modu can do then. He comes across the line. P8 for Modu. There we go then. And Bradfield just behind goes up to P6. Might have got a little bit of toe from Modu there. Just ahead of Sweet MJP. And Alfa Romeo of Cowie has just stopped on the track. There we go. So just letting cars out of the way, because there's a bit of traffic. It's an awkward place to get away. I don't know if he's on low fuel mode or not, because he's slow to accelerate there. As we see Sloth go up to P2. It's an incredible lap there from Sloth. Looking forward to seeing him in the Premier League next season, definitely. As Sean is going to P14, so Jonesy, the League One driver, is ahead of Sean and Jay Story at the moment, and he's got a good chance of going through it. Cryptic Alibi, we didn't see his lap, but he's up into P12 as well. It's really close and compact between most of the grid, to be honest, which with a few cars reserving as well. That's really good to see. Jay Story's in the pits, and young Tommy comes in the pits too, so he's got about 7 minutes to get back out and in, which he will. Get in and out, sorry, which he will do pretty comfortably. Mushrooms on an out lap again. We've got anyone on a lap at the moment? I'm not sure we have. Cryptic and Modu, I don't know if they're going for back-to-back laps. I don't think no. Modu's not. Neither's Cryptic. T2G Sean then going slow. Nightwing then, let's watch Nightwing. He's invalidated his time unfortunately, but he is going to be going again. He has got fuel for a couple of laps. So again, Nightwing probably going to be starting the softs. He's using the one medium set from Q1, just like Denzo and Rick have as well. Already that confidence showing he's got the pace, isn't he? He's flinging that car through the corners then. We'll watch this lap, the Nightwing will stay on board of it. Saying he was on the toilet. Too many laps finished, hang on Tommy. Nightwing gets through Dunlop, made it look easy as well. He's got traffic out in front, that's the Alfa Romeo of, I'm not sure which one it is actually, it's Denzo. Lets him out of the way nicely, goes down into the hairpin then, and it was such an easy place to lose traction here, coming out of it, especially in the wet conditions yesterday. Nightwing levels up nicely low, now goes around turn 12 then, and into Spoon. He's going to swoop into that left hand side, go wide, almost four wheels off, and try and swoop back in. He's not caught it as well as he wanted to, but he manages to keep it together and wouldn't have lost any time from doing that then. I think, yeah, 126 is definitely going to be safe. I'm not sure yet about, I think Denzo and Cowie should be safe. Bradfield, Sweet, MJP maybe as well, but it's that close, especially with Tango and Nightwing yet to set a time. Young Tommy yet to set a competitive time too. This has been a tidy lap from Nightwing though. We're going to see what is his true pace. What has Nightwing got? Is he close to Rick? He's a 10th off Rick. There we go. We've seen Nightwing's true pace there. He's definitely going to be competing at the top today. And although it is P4, of course, Sloth and Sam are in front, but lap was on the medium tyres. So Rick, then Nightwing, then Denzo on the mediums. Sloth's the top of the soft runners at the moment, the championship leader. And I'm looking forward to seeing him in the Premier League full time next season. Tango is on a lap, then he's going through second two. Jonesy's just started another lap too, and Serious Mushroom for a lap, but he's slightly up on his time. Haven't had much practice saying Nunda. Nunda in P12 then. Yeah, Nunda is 8th at the moment, but out the drivers racing today, he's the 3rd highest ranked in WNR. The ones racing today, because all 3rd down to 7th aren't making it today. I don't know how Rick's was invalidated, but Nunda's wasn't from going, if they call that, oh, he's backed out anyway, so he's not going for this. Oh, it's only on an out lap anyway, I don't know what I'm looking at. But Serious Mushroom's back across the line to, no he's not, because he's coming into the pits. Jonesy on his lap then, he's down on his time, he's just saving up I think he's going for saving up for another lap, but Sean in that dangerous seat in 15th at the moment, currently going out Jay Story, Tommy and Tango. Tango's lap was only 129.5, so I think it's some extra preparation now. Goes a bit wide, going to Dunlop there, but keeps it together. And he's up on his first lap, as you'd expect, as it was a good second or two off the pace. And Cowie and Bradford have gone back out as well. I think that's both on the tyres they've already used though, because I think both of them, well, they're second clear of the drop zone at the moment, but I think they might be alright. So Sully has joined. Now obviously,
he'll get placed at the back, won't he?
He will be back,
They'll
so
put him at
it's
the back,
pointless even setting a lap. Obviously, if the lobby does glitch, he will then have to leave, because that does usually happen. Then have to join back in the middle of the race. Tango, there we go, 2.2 seconds up, and as you'd expect, this is going to be something you'd think in the high 26s. I'd expect from Tango possibly a 26, 6 or 7, the same as Sloth and Sam. Can he go even quicker than that? Tango's about across the line. He does a 26.6. Yeah, up to P2, and Tommy just behind 26.7, a thousandth quicker than Sam. It's an incredible out there from Tommy, and that brings Sean down to the drop zone. Jay Story's in 18th now, just come out the pits, and Jonesy's in 16th. He's slightly down this time as well. He needs to find about a 10th and a half to get ahead of Cryptic. Also got Nunda on his lap, and he is a bit further along than Jonesy, only by a few seconds, but we'll go on board with Nunda. All the cars in front, well, it's only Cowie and Bradfield in front, and I think they are both on out laps, and yes they are, so we'll stay on board with Nunda. Nice time by Potstuff and Sam, absolutely same vintage. Yeah, their quality pace has been brilliant lately. Yeah, wonder how many laps young Tommy has been doing. Of course, here we are, Cryptic Alibi is working on getting statistics done for all 3 leagues, for appearances and podiums and all sorts of things like that. Been doing that the last few weeks, and Nunda goes up to P12, and I don't think he's exactly safe there. And Sully is going out on the track. Sully is going for a lap, but he's going to be put down to last anyway. Jonesy managed to, I'm not sure, I don't think he did improve in his time, and he's out of fuel as well, so I don't think Jonesy's going to be going for another lap. So it looks like Jonesy's going to be out then. Sean behind, however, has just started another lap. Jay Story's on his out lap. Yeah, Sully's on a lap. I'm not sure, but I think he's just saving up and going for another lap. He will be starting last anyway. We think, because of the game glitch that it does if you join late. He's coming in the pits anyway, yeah, so I think Sully knows when that Tango's retired in the pits, he is safety free, so Sully knows about that. He's going to be starting last and he has retired. There we go. So Sean then. He might get a bit of a tow from Jonesy here. Hopefully Jonesy gets out of the way nicely for him. Might actually give him a bit of a tow as he goes down into Spoon. Might help Sean. That might distract him. See how he reacts to it. There we go. He's getting a nice tow there. Sean, Jonesy's being kind to him at the moment. And there we go. He does move out of the way. So I think that's definitely helped Sean there. Yeah, I'm sure we'd appreciate that. There might be a difference between him going through or not. But some kind work from Jonesy there to Sean. That could be the difference between him going through or not. He's 7 tenths up on his time. I think he's going to climb a good few places here. Goes up to P12 and gets ahead of Nunda. And that's important because Nunda's not going for another lap. Mushroom just behind's a couple of temps up. Modu is going through sector 1. Cryptic on an out lap. We have got to check a flag, but of course with the timing glitch, Cryptic will be able to cross the line in time. Jay Story's on a lap 2 and he's half a second up. Jay Story's looking really competitive here. He's usually about a second off the rest of the field, but he's half a second up here.
See if he can get through.
He can at least get ahead of Cryptic. This is promising from Jay Story for someone who needs points. He's only got 2 all season. I think they were both in Monaco. It's tidy coming out the final couple of corners as well. Jay Story's about to cross the line. What can he do? He gets up to 16th. He gets ahead of Cryptic. He's going to be out, unfortunately. It's all on Cryptic now, though. He's lost it a little bit through Dunlop. He's managed to hold it together, though. So Jay Story and Jonesy are both going to be out. Dan Murphy and Sully, we know they're both going to start on the back row. But it's all down to Cryptic now. Modu's nearly half a second up as well. And Nunda has been able to save up and go for another lap, so I was wrong about the timing glitch. Obviously, he had more time. And Sean's not on lap, so yeah. 12th and above are safe. Modu's about to cross the line, and what can Modu do? I think he's going to fly up here, and he's up to P7. Great effort there from Modu. Cryptic alibi there. He's got Sam in front. I'm sure Sam's going to get out of the way for him, and he does. Let's see how much Cryptic is up by. He needs 7 tenths at least. He's now going to come across the sector 2 finish line, and he's only 3 tenths up, so he needs to find 4 tenths here. Sean's getting out of the way from him. He needs to find 4 tenths in this final sector, and he's a bit deep going down into the chicane as well. I don't think Cryptic's going to be doing this. It will take a miraculous final sector, and I don't think it has been, and he doesn't even improve. He lost a lot of time there, so there it is. As Sweet MJP goes fastest. Wow, impressive from Sweet MJP. Nunda improved to 13th in the end anyway. So it's Sean who survives in the end by about half a second to Jay Story. Jay Story, Cryptic Alibi and Jonesy, the 3 cars going out, but they're all close together. Good efforts from them all. Dan Murphy and Sully then on the back row. And yeah, Tommy saying he's 1,000 quicker than Sam. We did pick up on that earlier. Really tight margins. There was 1,000 between it for pole position. League 1, I think, as well, between Max and Crazy Bill. So fine margins here. It does tend to be really close between all the cars. And at 1.4 seconds between 1st and 18th. Half a second between 1st and 15th. Fine margins here. Of course, don't forget Rick, Nightwing and Denzo all did their times on the medium tyres, so they've got a lot more time to come, you would think anyway. Just wait for this time to go down, and then we'll be good to move on to Q2. There's confirmation of it all then, and oh, look at that. Between the top 10 even, I didn't even notice that. 2 tenths between, the top 9, less than 2 tenths. That's incredibly close. I mentioned this last night, it's not like it's a really tight track, like a small track like Monaco or Austria, where the margins are tiny. This is, a tough track. We're in about the 126, 127. And yeah, Mushroom saying that's his practice done. Yeah, I'm sure Mushroom will be happy to get through. It'll be really competitive time as well for Mushroom, right in the mix, as everyone is. So there we go. So, yeah, Sully has joined now. I've just been speaking to Sully, so obviously if it does glitch the game, because sometimes it just, everyone gets stuck on the loading screen. So Mushroom's retired then, so he wants to start down in P15. So that's one car gone already. Yeah, as I was saying, Sully, yeah, he'll be ready to leave just in case it does do that glitch. So hopefully it won't affect anyone too much, and they can join back, of course, once the race is underway. Hopefully all these problems are fixed for next year. But
well, you'd think so.
Well, yeah, you would, wouldn't you? So we have got lots of cars going up the mediums, and yeah, as we said, Denzo, Rick, and Nightwing. It looks like they're all going to be going on the softs. In fact, I'm pretty sure of that, because they wouldn't be using those scrub mediums to start the race on. Tango's out on the mediums, though. We've got a few cars already switching to the mediums. Again, difference of strategy here. I went for medium soft yesterday, and I was onto a winner there because the safety car came out at the right time until I lost it, Dunlop, and then ended up going right to the back of the field. That curb there, that curb on the left hand side, horrible. Oh, Denzo's just overtaken Tango, so there we go. Stealing the TV time. We were watching. I think this will probably be Denzo's one and only lap in this Q2 session, as long as he doesn't make a mess of it or invalidate. And Tango gets back past Denzo. A little race going here, haven't we? Mushroom saying he doesn't want to get in the Prem driver's way, so he'll drop back. He'll drop to back unless it's Bradfield. Yeah, absolutely. Got to beat Bradfield. That's all that matters, Mushroom.
That's it.
Go back on board with Tango then, since the first drivers go out, and he's on the mediums, of course. In the McLaren then. And have a look into the joint constructors. Well, I always forget to look for the joint constructors. Well, whilst we're watching Tango's lap, we'll have a look through them as well. So for the joint constructors, in the lead are Racing Point. They're on 777 across all three leagues, that is. They're 132 clear. Williams, as Tango's losing it, and he goes off into the gravel. And hopefully that's not affected the Mercedes behind anyone out lap anyway. We'll go on board with Denzo then, because that is going to be the next lap set. Yeah, second the Williams, third Alfa Romeo, fourth Alfa Tauri, fifth McLaren, sixth Haas, seventh Red Bull, eighth Mercedes, ninth Renault, and Ferrari are at the bottom of the joint constructors. So Sam Swift and a serious mushroom today. Good if they can pick up some points, that Ferrari team. But Denzo might have something to say about that in the Alfa Romeo. They're looking incredibly strong, aren't they, Alfa Romeo? Cowie in there as well. Of course, Denzo, when this draw was made at the beginning of the season, Cowie and Denzo together on the same team, everyone looked at that and thought, no way, absolutely not. They were, of course, first and second in the Premier League last season. And yeah, they have been brilliant, haven't they? Cowie not quite found his form last year. He's not even got podium this year, I don't think. But Denzo absolutely has, isn't he? He's looking like he could become a two-time world champion, but with 5 races left, it's not all done yet. Rick has got something to say about this still. And of course, next season it's going to be even harder. Tango to settle out because it's just a banker because he went off. Denzo crossed the lines of 1:25.7, incredible time from Denzo. I think he's got more pace than that for Q3, but that'll do him for now. That'll get him through to Q3. So the racing point of Rick, what can he do? He goes up to P2, he's 4 tenths off Denzo. There we go. And again, I think he was holding back a bit there, trying to save these tyres. So of course he will be starting the race on them. We then got the Haas drivers on out laps. We'll go on board with whoever's ahead, Lunda or Sean. Sean, sorry, slightly ahead. So what's Sean's lap? Yeah, next year I don't think it'll be quite so much plain sailing for Denzo, because next year Vai Sheng's going to be full time in this league, isn't he? Sloth's going to be full time in this league. Lynx, of course, who's won 2 races since he made his debut in Austria, I think 6 or 7 weeks back. He's obviously going to be in it from the start throughout the whole season. So again, it's another challenger for Denzo. I'm really looking forward to next season. Still a couple of months off yet, but only 4 races left, 4 weeks left after today, and then we start talking about things like the awards which will, I think we've got 9 days until the votes. The awards Monday the 31st of May, I think, as Adrian said between us, that we will have the votes for the awards come out. We've got about 6 or 7 awards to be voting for. And of course it's things like grids and the calendar draw and things like that, but Sean is about across the line. He does a 1:28.0 there, so I don't think that's going to be enough to get him through. It's 2.3 seconds off Denzo's time as Nunda goes up to P4, and again, I think that's just a preparation lap from him. There might have been on a scrub set. He wants to go for the medium soon. Denzo then comes into the pits. Rick follows him into the pits too. A Sweet MJP on the soft tyres. Really impressive time in Q1, wasn't it, from Sweet MJP? Across the line now, he's up to P3. Great time there, but still about a second off Denzo, which shows the pace Denzo's got at the moment. Not comfortable tonight at all, saying Tango. Yeah, we have seen Tango go off, haven't we, into the gravel. And McLaren struggling here so far. Sloth's on an out lap. I think next is going to be Pot Stuff, so watch Pot Stuff's lap. He's in sector 2 at the moment. Big opportunity for Pot Stuff to steer clear of that relegation zone tonight. We said this in Q1. Pot Stuff across the line, he's up to P3 ahead of Sweet MJP. Great time again from Pot Stuff. He needs to make it pay, make it count in the race, so doesn't he, this week? And he definitely deserves some good luck. But good up there from Pot Stuff, and Sam Swift's next, and he's in P5 on the mediums though, Sam, so he's not saved those mediums for later in the session, which a lot of the medium runners like to do, just because the track's its quickest. Tango on the out lap then, and he is on the softs now. Nunda has invalidated his time, so he's going to be coming back into the pits. It's not ideal for him. Modu on the mediums also invalidates his time. Yeah, Denzo and Rick are tied in the pits. They're both going to be through with those times in the soft tyres. Nightwing on an out lap then. And we've got Sean. Let's have a look on Sean's just on and in that, as is that Renault. No, the Renault in front. In fact, it's Bradfield. He crosses the line and he's up to 6. He's ahead of Sean. He's a 10th and a half off Sam Swift though. Another medium runner. That could be important. That could be the difference between going through or not as he plays with that DRS stick. As Cowie goes up to P3. Good time from Cowie. Just 4 tenths off Rick Dalton there. Sounds a lot, I know, but obviously the pace of Denzo and Rick's incredible. So well done to Cowie there for getting that close, and Sloth invalidated his time on mediums. He's going to be going again though. McLaren and Tango's next up, just on his out lap. Oh yeah, Sloth and Modu. I think the only 2 cars actually on laps at the moment, so watch Modu's lap. Yeah, Tango. Yeah, Tango's got plenty of room. Right, mushroom shot as well. Don't think a 25.7 is safe. You know, definitely not. Yeah, Denzo's taking risks there retiring the pits, isn't he? Jamie M writes in the comments saying, "Come on, Brad." Not sure who Brad is. Oh, he means Bradfield. There we go.
Yeah, got some support.
He's got. How much are you paid for them to cheer? One of the comments in. That's a rubbish camera view. Modu then. His quali pace does look really good. Yet again, as it did last night. Of course, an advantage of the Championship and League One drivers reserve in the Premier League is that they've had practice the night before. Modu across the line is up to P8, about half a second off Bradfield in his medium run. So yeah, I think Modu's definitely going to have to go to the soft tyres if he wants to get through. Sean's now coming to the pits. Next card across the line, that's going to be Bradfield, who's just on it. No, it's not. It's going to be Pot Stuff, sorry. No, it is Bradfield, sorry. It was Bradfield. It's showing up. It was in a different place. I don't know why it's doing that. Sloth. Not sure if he's got enough fuel to completely. He has. I thought he slowed down for a minute there, but no, he's not. Sloth's going to complete this on the mediums. He's up to P6, and that's a sensational lap from Sloth. Highest of the medium runners. Brilliant time. 4 tenths clear of Sam. And yeah, Bradfield mentioned earlier on, Sloth's going to be a really good competitor. And in the Premier League next year, Tango is a 1:26.2. Saying he's not feeling comfortable tonight. He's only a 10th off Rick Dalton there. That's a fantastic time, and that should be enough to get him through. Nightwing then, on the soft tyres, has invalidated his time again, so he's coming into the pits. Of course, he might not want to go for 2 laps on those softs, because then he's got to start on extra warm tyres. So he's going to come in the pits, and he's in danger though of going out. Yeah, as we mentioned, there was no one on lap at the moment. Is there? No, Sloth. Modu on a slow lap. Tommy. I think Tommy might be on a lap here. He's going for another run on the medium, so watch Tommy. Yeah, as mentioned, the calendar is going to be done via a draw, which about 44 votes to 4 we had in the server for it to be done like that. He's a 10th up, Tommy, coming out of sector 1. Oh, he dips his tyre in the grass there, low. So yeah, that'll be done within a couple of weeks as well. The only difficulty with that is that, of course, Imola, Portimao and Jeddah, the 3 new tracks, they're being added at a later date, so they're not going to be added straight away when the game's released. So not too sure how that's going to work. Of course, obviously if they're drawn out to be the first 3 tracks by coincidence, and you know they're not on the game, so we can't do them. As Tommy goes very wide, went 4 wheels off there. He backed off though, so he didn't invalidate the time, but he is still going, so he must still be up on his time. Nightwing is straight back out then, and Tommy's still a 10th and a bit up. He's not going to gain any positions by the look of it, unless he has an absolute stonker on the final sector. So Tommy in P10 at the moment. He'll gain some time if he finishes that. He is going to finish this lap. He crosses the line. He does gain 3.5 temps, so he did improve sector 3 by quite a lot, but he's still behind Sloth, Sam, Bradfield, or the other medium runners. If we looked at best, then for the top 6, all on the soft tyres, and Sloth, Sam, Bradfield, Tommy, Modu, Sean all went on the mediums. So yeah, I think they might all have to go to the softs to get through, especially if Nightwing and Nunda are both going to the softs as well. So I think it's a game of chicken now, isn't it? Sam is out, and he's out for another lap on the mediums as well. And really throw a spanner into the works if any of these can get through on the mediums. If they all stick to their guns, Modu's just put the softs on. So the more it goes to the softs, the less chance there is of someone getting through on the mediums. No one's on a lap at the moment. Nightwing and Sam are out laps. Young Tommy, don't know. He's just slow down that. Save those tyres though. He's not going to be going through. No, it doesn't look like it, Tommy, especially with Nightwing. Going to have a lap. Cowie's retiring the pits. Yeah, he's happy with his time. I'm pretty sure Cowie's safely through. Sloth's time's incredible though. He's put the soft tyres in the garage. He's put the soft tyres on. But that time from Sloth on the mediums is really, really good. If he can really do something this race. If he gets through on those medium tyres, which I think he can, he's got a great chance of doing it, because it's such a good lap, and that would really throw a spanner into the works, we said a minute ago, in terms of towards the top of this race. Tango has left the session, and he's safety through anyway, so at least it's not when he's on a lap. Nunda's out then, and Nunda he's gone for the mediums, so he's gone for the mediums. Nightwing, watch Nightwing's lap, Yeah, good lap Tango, saying serious nothing. Not perfect, but much better, Tango said. So if that's not perfect, he thinks he can get quicker than Rick. Mind you, I think Rick's got some more time in the bag. He should definitely be in the 125s. Of course, with no links, no Chasm, no Siege tonight, it really does promote an opportunity. And some drivers, like Tango and Cam, who are 3rd and 4th at the moment, have definitely got more pace than where they are in the standings to get up there tonight and pick up some decent points, possibly even challenge for a podium. But Nightwing might have something to say about that reserving tonight. He's about to cross the line in the softs, and he does a 125.7, 1800 slower than Denzo. And this is going to be a real battle for pole position when we get into Q3, particularly between these top 3. Possibly Tango joining in on that as well if he can find more time on his lap. As he's there with that lap, and he's still saying he's not comfortable with it. So he's definitely got more pace in the bag. Nunda then's the only car on the lap at the moment. We've still got 6 more on out lap, all on the softs as well, but Bradfield and Tommy are both stuck to their guns on the mediums. So yeah, Tommy is going to be going out, as we know. Mushroom is too. So we go Nunda on the medium. It'll be a struggle. It'll be a really stellar job if he can get through on these. I think Sloth's in a good place here. He's gone on an out lap on the softs. And I think he might be the last one to settle up. I don't know. Sean's actually a bit further back, so he'll be the penultimate one to start their lap, Sloth. So he'll have a lot of knowledge whether he's going to make it or not. So if he's 9th when he's in sector 3 still, or when he's about to cross the line, he's still 9th, Sloth, he'll be through. There's only one more car behind him, so he can then back off and go for those mediums.
Oh, Modo, whatever his name is. He lost it.
Oh, he's invalidated. So Modu's invalidated. Yeah. There we go. So Modu's going to be out. Tommy, Modu and Mushroom all out. It's only Sean and Nund that can improve. Obviously Sam can improve too. Sloth can still be out. Nund is in 10th and he backs off too, so he's not going to be going for another lap. Well, actually, I think he backed off anyway. I'm not sure if that's just a glitch. It's hard to tell. Modu's getting out of the way. Sean's now going through sector 1. He did get to the checker flag just in time. Yeah, Nund is backed out, so Sloth is through. Because Modu cannot improve too. Sam's through as well. Sam's through too. It's all on Sean then. Can Sean knock Nunda out? That is the only thing we've got left to play for in Q2. Sloth and Sam are going to be through on the mediums. Great effort there. Sloth comfortably through in the end by at least 4 attempts. All between Sean and Nunda. Nunda's time, of course, was on the mediums, so you'd expect Tango joins back. You'd expect Sean to be quicker. But can he pull a lap together? Has anyone got the number to Denzo's dealer? Nightwing on his return. Wow, say Mushroom. Yeah, he's back, isn't he? Back with a bang by looks of it. Of course, he won in Vietnam early in the season. Sloth set the time on the softs. So Sloth goes up to P3, and what a time it is from Sloth. Really, he's really challenging up top. What can Sean do though? As he comes across the line, is he going to knock Nunda out? No, he can't.
P11, I'll take that. Fresh medium's lovely.
Bradfield will be actually P11. But Sam and Nunda get through on the medium tyres. Not sure where Nunda's going. But yeah, they're both through on the mediums. Interesting now. Sean must have made a mistake in Sam sometime. Sure, he wouldn't be 4 attempts off Nunda with the fresher tyres. I'm surprised Sloth set that. Although with setting that, he's shown how close he is to the top. In fact, he gets ahead of Rick on his time. We think Rick's got more pace in the bag, but really good there from Sloth. And you got to think, this next year, I mean, Nightwing is, of course, just reserving tonight. Which, yeah, shame Nightwing's not in it full time. Obviously, you think if we had this top 5 and then still got Lynx not racing tonight, Siege not racing tonight. There's Conal's not in tonight either. Sully's starting last. There's,
mad, isn't it?
Oh, unbelievable amount to pace. Yeah, this is looking promising for a good pole battle, isn't it? As we get into Q3, we'll have our discussion in the comments. Who you think was going to get through? Just call me Mo. Yeah, he said this last week. Modu,
Right, yeah.
Call him Mo. Just call him Mo. There we go. Mo in 14th. Tango, yeah, Tango. Oh, I really talked it up, didn't I? We'll send him some more invites, but hope it's not like this for him in the race, because he's got a good opportunity tonight. Getting some points. Bradford in less than a 10th for going through. Tommy saying he doesn't think he'll get in the points tonight. He's prepared his setup for Mexico. Yeah, I think we got Mexico. When we got USA next week, but we have still got Mexico to come. So after tonight, which is of course Japan, we have then got USA, Singapore, Mexico, and Abu Dhabi left. And to be honest, I don't like the end of the calendar at all. Of course, ours is slightly mixed to the normal calendar. I'm not a fan of to race in anyway. It's good to watch the races, but I don't like racing in Japan. I don't like racing in USA. I don't like racing in Mexico. Yeah, USA is just going to be a penalty fest. I can't stand the track limits there. Tango's joined back then, and guess who's first out on the track? Yes, it is Denzo. So unless he lets somebody overtake, Tango can't overtake him. He just joins back in his car. And he's back out. Oh dear. It's not going well for Tango today, is it? Oh, you're out. You can send him a load of invites. You there, Justin? No, he's bottled it. Sweet MJP and Pot Stuff also on there. Outlaps as well. It's the only thing, when everyone goes through on the softs in Q2, which 8 of these drivers did, you then might see them just go for a scrub set to begin with in Q3, because they might not want to use all their fresh softs in qualifying. They want to save a set for the race in case there's a safety car with, I don't know, 7 or 8 laps to go and they want to put the softs on. Softs could potentially do almost half the race here if you're good at your tyre, where we saw Bradfield. I can't remember remember who it was actually. Somebody did about 13 laps on the softs, so it is durable. So it's definitely good to have a fresh set ready. As Denzo just prepares for his first run. Here he goes, and we'll watch Denzo's lap. Still a lot of cars in, still a few cars in the pits are now coming out anyway. But Denzo hopefully won't get traffic on his lap. We're on board with him. The world champion chasing his second consecutive Premier League champion title. It takes a lot of that curve, Denzo. Again, I would say didn't look the tidiest, but I think there's a bit of a lag. There it is. Just happened again as I say that. Yeah, always. Yeah, he's lagging. He's definitely lagging. It looks like he's going to lose it a few times now. Yeah, that's definitely lagging there, Denzo is. Hope it doesn't cause a problem in the race, but yeah, we'll go to this camera angle instead. I thought he was flying off the track there. Also on a lap then, we've now got Rick, we've got Sweet MGP, Potstuff and Cowie too. The other 5 are all on their out laps. It comes through Spoon, straightens up nicely onto the second straight then. Plotters already knows, is my psychiatrist saying, young Tommy. Yeah, Plotters was offered to race tonight, unfortunately couldn't, otherwise he could have raced with Tommy then. So they did last night, didn't they, in the championship. Tommy unfortunately got, and how was that not invalid? Probably a lag, that's probably why, but it looked like he went 4 wheels off there. Denzo crosses the line to 125.8, not his quickest of times, he can definitely get quicker than that as a Mercedes of Nightwing is off the track. So he's lost it through, what's it called? Through Dunlop, as we're about to see. It's just a McLaren start a lap. Sloth's just started his lap 2. They got the Renault Potstuff second time to come across the line, and he does a 126.6. There's Potstuff. Sweet MJP's going to be next in the Haas. Let's see what he can do. Can he get anywhere near Potstuff? Can he get ahead of him? He's been brilliant so far. It's only 127.2 though for Sweet MJP. Oh, and Sloth's flying up in the air. I just went on board with Sloth. Rick's just gone second for 125.9, but I saw Sloth's car flying up in the air as I briefly went on board with him, and he's lost it in sector 1 there, and there is his car in the wall. Sloth is out then. It looked like he could have challenged right at the top as well. Cowie's gone 4th for 126.9, but Sloth is out then. Then see if Ferrari or Sam Swift is going to be next to set his time. And he does a 26.2. That's a really competitive time. There's only 4 attempts off P1 there, Sam. Nightwing's going to be going for back-to-back laps. Is Nightwing. He does go up to P7 just with a banker lap after he lost it in sector 1. Not as badly as Sloth lost it though. So both McLaren check to set their laps. Numa's going to be next. And he goes up to P5 then under. Good time for him there, 126.6, few attempts clear of Cowie. Yeah, I think Cowie's got a bit more time back than that, must have made a mistake in his lap. Nightwing has invalidated his second run. So not going to see Nightwing's true pace yet. Tango in P10 then, going to be setting his first time. Here goes Tango then, is back across the line. In that second McLaren, he goes P4 for 126.4. Sam Swift is in 3rd then after the first runs. That's an incredible effort from Sam. And again, we did mention his quality performances have been brilliant. As of late, he's just not managed to get huge hauls of points in the races, and yet again, he's right up there, isn't he? P3 for Sam, and he's going to be one starting on the mediums too, so if there's a safety car early on, or if he can hold up the pack behind, he could be looking good. But still another round of laps to go, isn't there? Tango, yeah, down his lap. Nightwing, he's going for another lap, so whether he'll have time to finish it, I think he'll have time to finish this, go round and then come into the pits, but he's going to be going for this lap here, Nightwing. Not sure how hard he's pushing it. Obviously this is going to be the 3rd lap that these tyres are going to be doing, so won't have their best levels of grip.
Right. back.
Yeah,
Like a nice cup of tea.
7 seconds up. Yeah, all we can hear is my echo and your PlayStation go when you leave your mic plugged in. Here goes Nightwing then. 44 seconds into his lap in sector 2. Don't know whether it invalidated last time, but yeah, that crash from Sloth, absolutely huge crash. Just flicking through all the drivers and then see his car flying up in the air. There was a huge crash yesterday. There's one right in front of me. The Ferrari reserving last night. Hassel, I think his name was. Yeah, he went flying upside down right in front of me. Yeah, Knightley's 11 seconds up. Of course, his first lap was just the lap that he had his mistake on. So I'm not sure how good this is going to be at the moment. He'll definitely have time to get back round and come into the pits. He's coming to the pits now anyway. He didn't want to risk it. You know how slow these mechanics can be getting cars in and out the pits. All 10 cars in the pits then, including the wreckage of Sloth's car then. With a drop of whiskey. Oh, he absolutely went flying. He lost it through. It was turn 2. He lost it. And took that. I presume he hit that curb on the left-hand side and then just went flying into the wall. Car was flying upside down. And yes, as he just types in the Discord SHIIIIIT. So you can imagine how he's feeling right now. Everyone's just going to be waiting for about a minute unless they're going to do 2 runs. First car coming out then, that's going to be Alfa Romeo. Let me guess it, Denzo. I'm wrong. No, am I wrong? I'm wrong in which car it is. A Ferrari, in fact. But Sam's going to be first out. P3 by a good couple of temps as well. He's only a few temps off the top 2. His quality pace just gets better and better every week.
Flying today, isn't he?
He absolutely is, yeah.
He
said who can take advantage of a few of the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th all in the standings, all not racing tonight. Who can take advantage of it? Sam looks like he has so far in qualifying. Of course, qualifying means absolutely nothing in terms of where we finish in the race. And this is Monaco as well. Of course you want track position. Japan can use this track to overtake, but if you make a mistake in the race, especially at Japan, it's very unforgiving. Yellow flags, not quite sure what for, to be honest. Preparing then, so I don't think he's going to be going for 2 runs. I was thinking he wanted to be first for the lot out, and Nightwing is now back out onto the track. So we've got all 9 cars that are left on their out laps then. That field will soon bunch up. Hot stuff P5 again. Like I say, he's 17th in the standings, only a few points ahead of Marsky, who's 18th at the moment. Not racing tonight, of course, Marsky. But if Hot Stuff again can get some decent points.
Just needs a bit of luck, doesn't he?
It's just going to fall clear, and it'll be looking good for him then. There's still a bit of pressure on him though. Like we say, Tango looking safe, isn't he now, after the points he's picked up last week. Sam stops his lap then. Take much of that curve, isn't it? This is where Sloth lost it. He's hit that curve. You see how it almost wants to fling you into that wall unless you put away quickly. And then Sam does hit that curve and manages to control it a lot more as he goes through Dunlop, and he backs out there. So I think he's just backed out there and he's going to save up. Yeah, he's 8 temps down. So I think he must have been down this time and decided to save up and go for another lap. We've got Cowie. Cowie's the next car in on the track, but he's down this time as well. Is that then 55 seconds into it? About to go through Spoon.
Let's see if he hits that curve.
Doesn't look particularly fast. And is that Denzo going slowly? Denzo's in the gravel. Denzo in the gravel, so he's not going to improve his time. He's made a mistake somewhere. But Rick Dalton, I think he's up on his time as well. So Denzo's
pushing
under
it,
pressure here now. Sam's down his time, but he is going to cross the line. Time to go for another run. Cowie in 7th lane's going to be next. Cowie's down his time. I don't think he's going to have time. And Denzo's retired his car, and Cowie doesn't have time. He's got the checkered flags, and Cowie is done. Alpha may have had a 4-second run here then. Rick Dalton 3 temps up. He's going to take pole unless he makes a mistake in sector 3. Let's have a look then. Rick Dalton about to come across the line. DRS open. Takes P1 for 125.5.
Brilliant.
Tango might want that P2 of Denzo. He's a couple of temps up. He's going to need more than that. And he's left the session as he's about to cross the line. Pot Stuff's up on his time. What can Pot Stuff do? He's up to P4 now. Nunda takes P4 from Pot Stuff. Next is going to be Nightwing. What can Nightwing do? He takes P2. He's a 10th.5 off Rick. Sweet MJP is going to be next. He's into the pits. We're just waiting for Sam then, who's down his time. He's quite a way back. He's in sector 2. Oh, he's lost it. Sam's lost it.
Yeah,
he spins around and he has gone. And that confirms pole position for Rick Dalton.
Well done to Sam Swift, P4, Pot Stuff.
Got it for Tango.
P6.
Because he was a couple of attempts up, he definitely would have got. Could have been. It definitely would have been 4th, I'm sure, for Tango. But even still, Sam Swift P4 did the hard work on his fast run, on his first run, just like another Ferrari did today. Carfield stiff, saying Tango, and he's left the session again as well. Yeah, just sent him. He said he's got enough invites. I think he said in the comments earlier, but Denzo made a mistake on his lap, went off into the gravel. So Rick Dalton pounced on that. He was a 10th.5 quicker than Nightwing. That was a difference for pole position. But Denzo sharing a row with Sam Swift. Nunda, great qualifying for Nunda. Pot Stuff in 6th. 7,000 meter. Tango in 7th. Cowie, I don't think Cowie could get a lap together on either of his runs. And Sweet MJP, same for him down in P9. And Slop, of course, crashed out on his first run. Just wait for the session to tick down. Oh, there we go. All done now, and there is the car that's on pole position. Rick Dalton. Don't think he's had many pole positions, has he, this season? Let's have a look. In terms of poles, he's not been on pole all season. This is his first pole of the season. Denzo's had 14, German's had 1, Sully's had 1, Lynx has had 1. First pole position of the season for Rick Dalton. So, yeah, that's definitely a surprise. But Denzo made a mistake on his final run. Of course, Lynx not racing tonight. Sully starting down last. German, another pole sit, the other pole sit for the season, not racing too as well. So Rick Dalton's taken that opportunity, and he can potentially, if Denzo can't get past him in a race, can close the gap a little bit, although he's running out of races to do that. Here goes a race then. Great quality, good luck all, saying Vintage. Tango struggled to be back in for the start. Yeah, we'll see what this lobby does with Sully, hopefully. Because Sully did join in the middle of the session, didn't he? So if he is ready though, he knows. He is in the comments as well, so yeah, he'll hear us if we say there's a problem, and then I'm sure he'll leave as soon as he can, so nobody gets cold tyres or anything. Yeah, Tango's not in the lobby at the moment, so hopefully he can get back in soon. Good luck, boys, saying Young Tommy. Well done, Rick, saying Sully too. Yeah, Rick was a really good lap under the pressure as well. They pulled out of the bag just ahead of Nightwing. Cars just selecting their strategies for the race, and Tango has joined back, so should be in. Let's have a look then. In terms of the tyres, nobody's going for the hards. We saw 4 cars didn't go for the hards last night, didn't we? That was just because of the rain was coming. We didn't know how the rain was going to come though, especially not like that. So the 2, that's interesting. So the two cars that got through on the medium, Sam and Munda, genuinely are quick. And this is I think this is really going to, as Cryptic's left the session, this is going to create a real gap. We saw Weisheng and Sloth struggle to pull away from the pack yesterday, the usual top 2 in the championship, but I think this top 3 are going to pull away just because Sam and Nunda behind are on the medium tyres. I think Potstuff, really, possibly Tango as well, going to have to look to get past Sam and Nunda early on in this race. Sam and Nunda in a great place there, and they can almost work together to keep everyone else behind. I know they won't work together, but with there being 2 cars there, it'll be difficult to overtake a track like Japan. If they can just hold on to that 4th and 5th Sam and Nunda, and they'll be looking good for a great haul of points in the race. As you see the particular pit stop strategy, there's potentially a 2-stopper, and the 1-stop is also probably the prime option. I think a lot of the drivers, because they're reserving, might go for something different, which is the 2-stop, so really makes it interesting. At the bottom 10, all on the mediums, apart from Jonesy going on soft, so he's looking to be aggressive and make up some positions at the start. Dalton really slowing the pack up now, isn't he? It's always the one where you think you have a chance, don't Tango? Yeah, typical. Yeah, really slowing the car. It's like a safety car restart. This really slowing the pack up here with Dalton. Can't do the formation. That was St. Critics. That's why he left. Yeah, you can see he's not in control of his car. I don't know why it does this. It never does it to me for some reason. I've never had it happen, so I don't know. What happens if it just ghosts your car around or something, but it happens to someone every week. And there we go, that's the formation. It was a very slow formation, that wasn't it? We usually say at this point that went really quick as we just babble on for a lap, but Rick Dalton took his time there and he's held the pack up nice and compact. Top 3 can do a 1-stop same finish. Yeah, they're definitely capable of doing it. Possibly even soft medium. That's not even on the pit stop strategy predicted, is it? So we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't lag it for Sully. It doesn't all lag. I don't think we can get away quickly. Hope it doesn't send anyone off flying to the distance either. We've got lights, we've got no revs, so as usual. We've got no cars flying off.
We're all good to go.
We're all good to go. There we go. It's been absolutely fine for Sully then. The cars are revving up. And lights out, and away we go. It's a really poor start for that McLaren. I think that's Nunda. He's flying down the order on those medium tyres. Rick gets a great start, pulls off into the lead. Nightwing in second, Denso closing up in third. They nearly make contact though. Sands in fourth. Tango's going around the outside. He's making places up already. We've got a yellow flag for a car that's gone off, and that's Sloth in the Williams. So a poor Q3 for him, and he's gone off. Turn 1 already. He must have made contact with someone. Sully's gone up to P14. Jones has made a couple of places too. Jay Stormy and Cryptic are lost out then, but the top 3 are the same. Tango's managed to make up a couple of places and he needed to. Up into P4, great start for Tango. Sam down to 5th, Nunda down to 8th. So that strategy, both those cars in the mediums, has gone to pot already then. Look towards the back, Alpha Tauri switching places. Cryptic's now behind Jonesy as well. Bradfield's lost a couple of places. Tango and Potstuff, sorry, getting past Cowie. Both on the soft tyres. And yeah, Nunda did really have the poor getaway there. I don't know what was going on for him there. Couldn't get off that line at all, and Potstuff's already dropped a second back off Sam, so Sam's looking in a good place here, even though he's lost a position here. Sloth's the only real big loser, and Tango's out of the session again, so Sam is going to be able to take that place. Of course, AI is set to 80, so he won't lose so much. Oh, gutted for Tango, but the top 3 is the same. Position change here, Nunda's lost a few, Sean's gained 4, Sully's gained 6. What a start for Sully. He should start last more often. Really good effort there. Tango did gain 3 positions as well before this happened to him. Rick Dalton, fastest man on the track, and Nightwing, he's under pressure from Denso, isn't he? Denso's really closing up. And Sam's now ghosting through Tango. Sam now does take that P4. Cryptic alibis. That's not the fastest lap, is it? 1 minute 3. In your dreams. Go back to the tyres, and there we go. Jonesy and Sloth are in the pit centre. Jonesy got wing damage? He must have, yeah, he's changing that nose cone. Sloth's got damage too. I'm not sure if there was a collision, and Cowie's crashed. Cowie's out. Cowie's out, he's gone into the wall, and we have a safety car. Don't know if there was contact there, but this will be a blessing for Jonesy and Sloth because they can now close up to the back of the pack, and one of this is going to change some of the strategies too. But Cowie is our first victim then. Not sure if there's contact with another car, but it's an easy, typical place. I think it's the same place Sloth might have lost it in qualifying 2. Qualifying 3, sorry. These cars now catch up the safety car, and Cowie's left the session. Not sure we'll be able to see his car again by the time Jonesy gets there. There you can see it, he's just in the wall. And that's a typical place to lose it in Japan, whether there was contact or not. So who does this suit? Will anyone? I think this is not a type of track you put up. We saw Denso do it, didn't we, last week? Pit very early after damage. He had damage on that one in Russia. Pitted on that too for the hard tyres and went to the end. But I don't think that's possible in Japan. The tyre wear is just a bit more harsher than it is in Russia. There's Denso's car sinking into the ground. And yeah, that's helped Tango as well, because obviously he's been able to get back in his car and only lost one position. And Rick comes into the pits, Nightwing's into the pits, Denso stays out, and Rick's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And that's not going to help him, he's just thrown away that advantage. What tyres does he put on, Rick? Rick puts on fresh mediums, so he's going for a 2-stopper, as is Nightwing's, he's put fresh mediums on too. So Rick's going to have to serve that in the race too, and he might have just thrown away the advantage he's got in this race. Jay Story's in the pits too, he sticks on the hard tyres. Again, I don't think they'll go to the end, but Jonesy and Sloth can catch up to the back of the pack. Jonesy got wing damage somewhere, and obviously Sloth lost it somewhere. I'm not sure, presume it was contact, but he did obviously crash in Q3 as well in sector 1. Cowie is the first victim here as Jay Story comes out of the pits in P17, but Nightwing and Rick down in 15th and 16th. And Sam Swift up into P2 on the mediums end, and this really helps the one stop, medium soft or soft medium, because it saves your tyres for a couple of laps with his safety car being out. Denzo in the low rider tonight, so Vintage Yellow can't sink into the ground. Yeah, his car has been lagging, he's showing his connection is poor as well. Hopefully it's not a big problem for the other cars around in terms of racing. And Jonesy's lost it. Jonesy's lost it under the safety car. He's got wing damage there as well as the end plate on the track. Again, he should have time to get round and then put on a different, change that wing again. The safety car should be going for another lap. Denzo, Sam, Tango, your top 3. Potstuff in P4, and Tango and Potstuff again, with them being on the softs, they're still going to have a big advantage over the mediums. So they'll look to get past Sam to begin with, and Denzo I think is just going to look to extend and pull away. And then hope that Rick and Nightwing get stuck behind everyone else. I think Denzo's favourite for this race now, I think, especially with Rick getting that 5-second penalty, and but still having track position over Nightwing. It's difficult for them to fight through this field, especially being on mediums that aren't much newer than the rest of the field. I'm surprised they both came into the pits, really am. But I think Denzo's got this race now. It's very early, of course. But you know what Denzo's like, he doesn't tend to make mistakes, or he's even quali, didn't he? But I've got to make him favourite, got to make the world champion favourite now. Yeah, safety car is going for another lap, so Jones has managed to close up with that wing damage, and he is now going to be coming to the pits. Changing that wing, and I should think he'll be putting on mediums, or possibly softs. He's got 2 sets of fresh softs, which he should have, because he went out in Q1, he might be able to do 11 laps on each set, and he's putting softs on. There we go. So I think that's what he's going for, a soft now to the end, just about doable. And this safety car's got incredibly slow, isn't it? Not even hitting three-figure speed at the moment. Sam's a bit eager to get past Denzo. Bradfield, let's have a look through the middle of the pack. I'm not seeing much of the middle of the pack, but Bradfield's in 9th, Sweet MGP 8th, Tommy 7th, not mentioned him at all, he's gained 5 positions. Mo in 10th, getting a bit wobbly there. Sully, of course, he's gained 9 positions with a few cars pitting now as well. He's really thrown himself up into the mix, isn't he, after starting last. And yeah, I've not seen that in a long time, where someone's drawn in the middle of the lobby and middle of quality, and
it's been alright, hasn't it?
They're not had any glitch or lag for the lobby. Sloth's got a 5-second penalty for collision with Jonesy, and has Jonesy got more wing damage? Yes, he has.
It's not going well for him, is it?
It's not.
That is bad luck.
Yeah, so Sloth's got a penalty for that, so I'm not sure if Jonesy's just gone into the back of him. Jay Story in 17th on the hards. safety car's been out a couple of laps, they might be able to go to the end. The safety car should be coming in at this lap, and we just get confirmation of that. So Denzo's going to slow the pack down. Sam's in second, Tango third. Tango will really be looking to try and get past Sam, who's on those mediums. We'll go with Denzo then. When is he going to drop it? Come on, Sully saying, LOI Gary. And he's gone now, he's gone early, isn't he, Denzo? And that has caught Sam napping. I'm not sure if it's caught Sam napping or just because he's got extra grip on those soft tyres, but Tango's getting really close to Sam. Is he close enough to have a go? No, he's not. But 7 attempts already, Denzo's managed to pull clear. Jonesy's coming back into the pits, unfortunately for him. Sam in second, Tango really closing up, and Sean's not had the best of starts as well. He's falling about second behind Linda, and Linda's falling about the same behind Potstuff as well, so Potstuff managing to get an advantage as well. He's hitting a bit of that curve now as well, and Tango really is the one to look out for. Denzo's already got second over Sam. Tango needs to get past Sam quickly, because Tango's got a podium on here potentially if Rick and Nightwing get held up. Rick's already managed to get past his teammate. Oh, and Tango's left the session, so this is going to let Potstuff close up, isn't it? But Cryptic's holding up Nightwing here, and Dan Murphy's holding up Rick as well, so these cars, they're not going to bully their way through the field. It's a really hard place to do that, as Nightwing goes down the inside of Cryptic Alibi. It's a good place to make a move, and Cryptic just getting wobbly there. Lucky it didn't affect Nightwing there. He's got Sloth behind him now too. Nightwing now back on to the back of Rick. Dan Murphy's up next to him. Mushroom P12, haven't mentioned him much either, but he's gained a few places. Tango then still in that P3. I can get back in as soon as he can, and he is back in already, so he'll still be in P3, and he'll just have a bit of work to do to close up that gap. Back to Sam. He might, by the time he's back in his car though, he might have Potstuff in front of him, because he is gaining, isn't he? And Sam actually is not falling back from Denzo on these medium tyres too. Maybe Sam's got a bit more pace in this race than we think, and Potstuff is going to get past Tango, and I think Nunda might get past him as well. Of course, at least that's his teammate. Sean's a bit further back, so when Tango manages to get back in control of his car, he might be down in P5. Nunda is now going through Tango, and there we go, he gets past, and Tango is now back in his car then, so he does still keep fifth, and we've got a yellow flag, and it's for a racing point, and that's Cryptic Alibi. He's not got wing damage, I think he's just hit that curb and lost it, and managed to avoid the wall though. Jay Story goes through, Sloth and Nightwing and Rick Dalton go through too. Sloth can close on to the back of this battle, because Rick cannot get through. He's looking down the inside, Dan Murphy's covering that off though, he knows exactly what he's trying to do. And Rick and Nightwing, the gap between them and Denzo in the lead is just going to grow and grow and grow, because Denzo's pulling away. Although Sam is doing an absolutely incredible job on those mediums. He's really keeping up with Denzo. Look at the pace, look how fast Sam's in front of Potstuff and Nunda and Tango in this battle. And we know Tango will be closer, he weren't disconnected. Sean's done a great job in P6 as well. The top 13 have all gained places in the opening laps here. I say opening laps, we're nearly a quarter of the way through already. DRS will be enabled, I think, when the cars cross the line, as Denzo just has. Sam's within 1.4, Potstuff nearly 3 seconds back though. So I think Sam on these medium tyres is on for an absolutely fantastic result here. Rick Dalton's got that 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane, hasn't he? Sloth's got a 5-second penalty for that collision with Jonesy. Jonesy's back on the hard tyres now, we put on earlier. And we've got, look at this, Rick Dalton looking to go down the inside of Dan Murphy. It's just not enough room there. Dan is not going to let them through. Like, you're not just going to let them through, they have to work hard if they want to get past him. And there's not many places to overtake here, not many great opportunities. Keep your eyes on the gaps as well. Tommy's closing up on Sean, Sully's closing up on Mo. The P10, he's got a good exit coming out of Dunlop. Mo's just holding on to that place at the moment though. He's got Bradfield in front, Bradfield doing really well. Retraction off at the moment. No one's close enough just to make a move down the inside, going into the hairpin. Mo's getting a little bit wobbly there. Sully can't take advantage of it. Further back, Rick and Nightwing are just stuck there, and the gap just grows. I don't think it was the wisest decision for them to come in the pits. I really don't. And Nightwing's going wide, and Rick's going wide there, but Nightwing just couldn't get close enough. And with Rick, he's got a good slipstream here though. He's got his ERS activated, Nightwing. He's got more ERS saved up too. as Rick's car sinks in the ground. His connection's poor, of course, it's on the same connection as Denzo, and they thought about a move there, Nightwing. They just got too close to Rick, and they make contact, and Rick spins. Nightwing has made contact with Rick, and Rick has been spun around, and Tango's getting back past his teammate. I think Lunda's just let him through, and he has, yeah. So Nightwing is now battling with Sloth, and Nightwing just manages to keep that place. Bradfield's getting past Mo as well down to turn 1 by the looks of it. But yeah, Rick was a lot slower than Nightwing thought there. Nightwing went to the back of him and Rick went spinning. So that's really, after his first pole of the season for Rick, it's not gone well for him to race a 5-second penalty. And now he's 8 seconds off Nightwing after being spun by him. Nightwing closing up again. He lost a bit of time himself, but he's on the back of this train now, and Bradfield's at the front of this train. There's a gap in front of him to Sweet MJP, but he's holding up Mo, who's just got for a pass. Sully's there too, Mushroom, then Dan, then Nightwing and Sloth. Yeah, at least for Rick Dalton, he's got the pace to close back up to this battle. And he already is. 1.3. Look, oh, we'll go to Dan Murphy and Serious Mushroom back now with a P12. Dan Murphy's managed to get through. But look at this, Sam is 1.3 off Denzo. Denzo's not pulling away at all, and Denzo's on the quicker tyre at the moment. As Nightwing's getting for a move on Serious Mushrooms, that Jonesy going wide and into the gravel. Jonesy's off in sector 2 just before the bridge. Mushroom now getting passed by Sloth as well, and they did say, oh, and Sloth's gone wide. I'm not sure if there was contact there, but he's having to go over the gravel, Sloth. Have a yellow flag, but I don't think there was contact there. I think Serious Mushroom's being nice there, getting out of the way, and Dan Murphy on Nightwing. Is Nightwing going to go down inside the turn 1? He's going for it. Can he make it stick? Yes, he does. A good move there from Nightwing. Really difficult place to make a move into turn 1 here. But Nightwing managed to get that one done. And now Mo's gone wide too, and I think Nightwing's going to swoop round the outside, and he gets another move, and Mo spun it. Mo spins it. You just see him take that curve. Again, manages to avoid the wall, but he just took that curve, and that was straight away into a spin. There was no saving that. And oh, Mo's cut. Oh! Mo came out and ghosted just as Rick went to go in the back, and they've crashed. Look at them. Mo's had another spin, and that's held up Rick. Really nearly went in the back, and Jay Story's lost it just behind Mo. It's almost like the track's wet. Cryptic manages to go through, but so many cars just spinning. We're sliding up 2 of them, separate instances there at the same corner coming out of Dunlop. Incredible. So again for Mo, heartbreaking Suzuka. Not good for Rick. And Nightwing in behind Dan's, and it's absolutely not. But Sam's only a couple of attempts at DRS off Denzo. This has been incredible from Sam. This is what I love about this league. It's not just the Denzo show anymore. Sully makes a brilliant move there, and outside of Bradfield made that look really easy. There are so many drivers that can compete right at the top now, and Sam is definitely one of them. Potstuff's under big pressure from Tango on the straight, and Tango's got the DRS. He's a lot quicker, and he gets back past Potstuff for P3. And then there's a few seconds further back. Of course, Tango and Potstuff both on the softs. They'll start to go off now. They might pit within the next couple of laps for the mediums. Yeah, Denzo, you think will pit soon? Ooh, looks like Denzo, I think it must have been lagging again. Looks like he's flying into the wall. In terms of penalties, we've had 5-second penalties for Sloth and Rick Dalton, but over a third into the race, no 3-second penalties yet. Jay Story's in the pit, Mo's in the pits as well. Both obviously got wing damage. I think Jay Story's got wing damage anyway. I don't think Mo actually has, but he needs to get off those tyres because they'll be boiling hot. Jay Story onto the soft tyres, and Bradfield's getting passed by Nightwing as well. Yeah, he's not fighting that one. Stuff out of DRS range from Tango, then Denzo, I think he's pushing it a bit more now, Denzo, I think, just to kill the last bit of life out of those soft tyres before he goes on to the mediums. But will he wait for others to pit first? Because look at Rick and Nightwing, they've really struggled in the traffic, haven't they? So will Denzo be speaking to Rick and thinking, just go as long as you can? Maybe that's why he's been going slower. As Tango's in the pits, maybe that's why Denzo's been going slower. Save the tyre life and then pit last, so he still comes out first possibly. Sweet MJP's in the pits too. I think it'll be medium to both of them. Promotes a few drivers up, then Tango's going to the hard. So Tango's on the hard tyres. Sweet MJP, what's he going to go on to? That's right at the end of the garage, of course, so take a bit longer to have a look. And he goes on to the mediums, so different strategy there. Might be a lap early for the mediums. I think that's definitely what Tango's thinking anyway. And Nunda's gearbox is doing some funny things, to say the least. It's awful listening to that. And yeah, Nunda with another one, the connection not great. He's got Tommy and Sean behind Sully and P7. He's got Nightwing moving right down his gearbox now. Nightwing's actually, obviously had an instant with Rick there. I think it was just a bit late on the brakes and it spun Rick. But yeah, apart from that, Nightwing has done a good job of getting through so many cars, to be honest. He's got the pace, hasn't he? Although at the same time, I don't think Car's been fighting it too hard. The pace he has got is unreal. And here he goes in on Sully. So yeah, oh yeah, of course we said third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh aren't racing tonight. Of course Sully is racing now. So great chance for Sully to move up, clear into P3, and Nightwing now goes down the inside as Denzo is in the pits, and Sully just moves clear and lets him through as Jonesy gets a 3-second time. But Denzo and pops up in the pits then. Sam Swift takes the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. Nunda's second, Tommy's third, Sean's fourth. If we had a safety car now, this would really spice things up, wouldn't it? It really would. Denzo and Potstock both onto the mediums as you'd expect. Where does Rick Dalton come out? He comes out ahead of Potstock, but behind Denzo. So we've got 8 lap older tyres. Of course, Rick with that spin as well, and that penalty has really ruined his race. But Denzo in P11, he's got some breathing space in front. Oh, he spun! Denzo spins! Denzo has spun, he's hit that curb, and his car's facing the wrong way. And now we've really got an open race because Denzo spun, trying to warm those tyres up, hits that curb, got no damage, but he's lost a good 10 seconds now. He's got to keep that car going, cool those tyres down as he goes through Dunlop. It's so easy to spin again, as Mo showed earlier on. As soon as you spin once, you can go again. And Potstock's now ahead of Denzo. And this is so open now. And Nightwing's in P5. I think Sam's favourite for this race. I don't want to put any pressure on him because he's obviously done so well lately in terms of his pace. He's not picked up a huge amount of points as Sam, but nearly at the halfway distance. And I think he's favourite for this race, Sam. And what story that would be. Nunda comes in the pits then. So I presume it's something medium-hard strategy for Nunda, because I don't think Soft's going to go to the end. Unless he's picked up damage somehow, or if he just feels he cannot go anymore. He is medium-hard then for Nunda, so didn't think he'd go anymore. As we see the Renault of Bradfield and serious mushroom passing Bradfield. And I don't think Bradfield's going to hear the end of that.
Just got no pace on the straights at all.
A lot of cars that lose on the curves. The ride height might be lower. Of course, the higher the ride height, you avoid the curbs more. But then, of course, you're a lot slower. So some of the drivers have got more pace. Their ride height might be as high there. Of course, it does risk spinning. Of course, being on the colder tyres as well is another factor. When they came out the pits, I think there might have been a warning there for Rick Dalton. Dan Murphy's got a 3-second penalty. So's Cryptic, yeah, we saw Jones he has earlier on as well. Bradfield trying to cling on to that. He's got Sloth behind him now, Bradfield, on a couple of laps fresh and mediums. So he'll struggle to keep him behind, of course, the championship leader. And Sam is just going quicker and quicker, putting out even more of an advantage. And Sean's got Knighton behind him. Is he going to let his teammate through? I don't think he's letting him through, but he's going to make the move anyway. Nightwing relatively comfortable on Sean, and Sam's in the pits. So Sam is into the pits. So again, I think this might be medium hards for Sam. And Sloth gets past back. It is hard tyres for Sam and a Ferrari. So young Tommy takes the lead for a Premier League race. He's got a podium in the Premier League, of course, this season. Don't forget, Nightwing is now second, but we think Nightwing's still got to pit. Sean getting DRS with his teammate as well, so that will help him as Nightwing has a huge lockup. Sully's up to fourth, Dan in fifth. Sam Swift comes out in ninth lane. Oh, he's just going to be behind Rick Dalton. Oh, so that's not going to help him because Rick's going to hold Sam up. And Denzo is now catching up to Potstuff. They're side by side. And Potstuff goes wide, so Denzo gets through. Past Potstuff. It's only 5 seconds off Sam now. So I reckon he can close up still on these medium tyres. I'm surprised Sam would go a couple of laps longer and then go for the softs. I'm not sure now. Denzo's going to be hunting him down quickly. Sam just needs to warm these tyres up. He needs to try and get past Rick as well, but that is not going to be easy. Tango's in the mix too. He's 3 seconds off Sam. So a penalty could really upset how things are going. Big call, boxing for hard same time split. It really is. It really was. I'm surprised he did it. Tommy now then in a good place, isn't he? I mean, Nightwing there too, back in contention for this race. He's going to go a few more laps and then go for softs, definitely, because of course he pitted on lap 3 of the race when that safety car came out for Cowie's crash. Tommy's in the lead. Nightwing second, Sean in third. Not coming in the pits yet, and no, I wouldn't think they would anyway. They're going another couple, maybe 1 or 2 more laps before they put the softs on. As is Dan Murphy, and Sully's got DRS, he's got great speed here, he's going down the inside of Sean, and he takes P3, the driver that came in late. Oh, he's going to lose it back. Sean going to go back down the inside, but Sully just about keeps it, even though he went a bit deep down into turn 2. Yeah, Sully didn't think Sully was going to race. He came in, started last, and now he's up into P3, albeit still yet to pit, but so will all the top 9. Sully could be on for a fantastic result and definitely could be a nomination for driver of the day if he keeps it up. Can he put a charge onto the top 2 though? Tommy holding up Nightwing at the moment. And already you can see Sam struggling to get past Rick, and Rick's just holding Sam up, letting Denzo come back at him. So even after that spin for Denzo, I think he's still really in contention for the race. Well, he's got to get past Tango and Sam on the track though, so that's easier said than done. Sully's already a second clear of Sean and DRS zone, but looking good for Mercedes at the moment, isn't it? Getting cloudy now, saying Mitch. I don't know what the weather report is again. Jamie and Mike saying that gearbox, yeah, it's not great, is it? Hearing that gearbox glitch. Come on, Sully, saying Jamie and Wright as well, and Sully's, look at this, it's great to see, isn't it? Plus 17 positions, love seeing that. 14, don't forget Dan Murphy as well, so that's stellar race too. And here goes Nightwing then, he's going to go for a move down the inside of Tommy to take the lead in the race. Nightwing on his return is in the lead, he has still got to pit though. Mushroom and Sloth now in the pits as well. Tommy goes down to second. Oh, I wonder if that would have been a warning there for Nightwing going wide. We're not going to stop and look at the race directly, we'll be looking for ages. And Denzo's getting past Tango, he does it on the straight then, so Tango on these hard tyres. Obviously, he'll be hoping that these mediums for Denzo will go off. No, I just don't think they will. Tango on the hards there. Harder to drive, obviously. Less because there's less grip, but more durable. I think those medium tyres have got enough though for Denzo, and see if Tango and Sabre in DRS range at least. And Pot Stuff has really fallen back, hasn't he? But will he close up to Tango? Another driver with some top points. Denzo's now got, you can see Sam in front of him, there's no cars between, he's got 2.3 seconds to close up to Sam, and this is effectively for P1 at the moment, with everyone else in front still to pit. Yeah, I'm really surprised Sam went for medium hard instead of medium soft, especially with there being a safety car for a few laps as well, which would have helped him to presume the tyre wear. And Cryptic Alibi's lost a couple of places and he's in the wall, and he's taken out one of the advertising banners, and somehow he's not got any damage. He gets off the track to let Sloth through. I don't know how he's not got damage from that. Cryptic will be in the pits now for soft tyres. He's probably about to hit this lap anyway. Dan is in the pits from P5. It's a great first stint. He'll be on the softs too. And the top 5, and Rick there as well in P6. Sam and Denzo move through, and Denzo really closing up. It's 1.6 now between them both. Tango just still on the back of this battle. That could be the podium at the moment. Sam, Denzo and Tango. And of course with these top 6 still yet to pit for the soft tyres, probably on this lap or the next lap possibly. Nightwing and Rick might leave it a couple of laps later, so really fresh softs at the end and go for the fastest lap, 0.2. It won't flash up fastest lap because it glitched Cryptic's fastest lap with 1 minute 3, but we'll have a look through to make sure we see who gets it. Nightwing's just going to kill these tyres now, I think, for the next lap or 2, and then come in for the softs and then close up. It's 1.1 between Sam and Denzo. Bradfield in 5th, Sean in 4th, Sully 3rd, Tommy 2nd. The other one's yet to pit. see Cryptic is now in the pits below soft tyres. Jones has had a good stint on his hard tyres, not made any mistakes on them. He's got ahead of the other cars that have pitted for making mistakes of their own. Sloth's in 15th then. He's not been the greatest event for him, although he showed some incredible pace in qualifying, didn't he? 15th then on fresh softs. Mushrooms 14th on fresh softs. Sweet MJPs and 5-up-hole mediums. Mushrooms hunting him down now. He's got a great advantage. And there we go. We've got cars coming to the pits. Mushrooms going to get past Sweet MJP here. He does it easily. We've got all cars coming to the pits there. Let's have a look up the field. Sam still ahead of Denzo. Denzo's not got DRS yet. Tango's up into 6th then. Tommy's in the pits. Sully's in the pits. Rick Dalton's in the pits. They're all pitting for fresh softs then to the end. Moves Nunda up into 8th. Tommy comes out the pits in 9th. Sully comes out the pits in 10th, and that's a fantastic stint from Sully. No mistakes. Great pace for the first stint from him. It's a Mercedes 1-2. We've heard that before. It says chat disconnected. Quite sure what it's saying that. If the stream's all going good still. Half a second between Sam and Denzo then. They're closing up to the top 3. But this is effectively the top 2. Of course, when Nightwing pits on the fresh softs, he will be hunting these down. There'll be a few cars between them, I'm sure. And Tommy and Sully, I think Nightwing has to pit on this lap, otherwise the cars that have just come in for fresh softs, Tommy and Sully and Dan, they could undercut Nightwing, and that'll be extra work for Nightwing to do, so I think Nightwing has to pit on this lap. Denzo's still gaining up to Sam, and he's going to make a move in the braking zone. Nightwing stays out. I think that could be a mistake. I'm sure Sean and Bradford are going to pit on this lap. Is Denzo going for a move on the inside? No, he's not. Sam locks up low. Denzo's trying to get a better exit, and then he's going to have DRS. Bradford and Sean do pit. I think this is going to be pretty hard to defend against for Sam. Denzo then taking the slipstream, now using DRS. DRS is open, goes down the inside, and he takes P2 of the race ahead of Sam. Effectively P1 at the moment, though, of course, with Nightwing still to pit. Although he is a whole 12.5 second behind. Nightwing would love a safety car now, wouldn't he? Denzo gets ahead of Sam. On the hard tyres then, Sam. There might be better tyre wear towards the end for him. Denzo's might start to die off. I just don't think they will, because Denzo not only is a brilliant, lead driver, isn't he? The world champion. His tyre wear absolutely amazing, just like everything else is that he does. But it's another thing getting past him on the track as well for Sam, and Tango's quicker than Sam on this stint as well. Tango's closing up too. Pot Stuff isn't actually on the mediums, closing them up. Nunda looks quicker than Pot Stuff at the moment. This could be brilliant for McLaren. It really was some great points. But look at Tommy on the fresh soft tyres. He's really going to close up, as well as Sully behind too. He is a few seconds further back off Tommy. But we know Sully's got great pace in that car, isn't he? He's definitely looking like he's going to be after that driver of the day award. Sam might be, he's going to get DRS. Sam is on the straight, so he might be able to close back up to Denzo. And Denzo couldn't put away from Sam on the first stint at any point, could he? So Sam and that DRS will slowly close up a little bit. You see it's brought it back within a second. As Jay Story just comes out of the pits, he's being lapped now. We have a yellow flag in sector 1 and 3, and I'm not sure what that's actually for. Can't see any car off the track. I'm not seeing anyone lose any positions. Rick Dalton's in 14th then, so Bradfield is next to Rick Dalton. He's going to get past him now by looks of it on the straight, down into turn 1, and he gets the move done, and Bradfield sticking it around the outside. He might fight this, Bradfield, you know, and he is going to fight it. Rick Dalton then goes round the outside, swoops out. I think Bradfield backed out sensibly in the end, then Denzo 10.7 pin. Surely Nightwing's not going to the end. You can't do 23 laps on mediums here, no way. Surely not. I'm surprised he's not pitted yet. Really am surprised he's not pitted yet. And he's got to do it on this lap, or he's just going to lose more and more time and places to the cars that have recently pitted for fresh softs. There's no way they're going to make the end. Hard to struggle to do 23 laps. He does come in the pits now, but I think he could come out as far down as 9th or 10th Nightwing now. So I think he could have challenged for the race win if he pitted a couple of laps earlier. But Denzo now has 1.4 seconds clear in the lead. Sam Swift's in second. Tango's in P3, then catching Sam yet again. Hot Stuff's going to take fourth, and this is, you know, steering miles clear of the relegation. But we said Sam, Tango, Pot Stuff, they're all down there towards the relegation zone. If things stay how they are, this is going to pull them miles clear, and if you're looking silly for even ever talking about them getting relegated. Nightwing's come out in P7 then, so he manages to get out just ahead of Sully, and now Nightwing's got a charge on to Tommy, Nunda, Hot Stuff, Tango, Sam, and then Denzo. I don't think he's going to get that far though. Let's have a look at the gap to the lead, and then so Nightwing's 11 seconds off the lead. I think realistically for Nightwing, P4 looks very, very realistic for Nightwing. He's then got a further 4 seconds to close up with Tango. And then, obviously that's including getting past all these cars as well. Hardly any 3-second penalties. Incredible from the drivers today. And they've not got many. It's not a huge track for penalties, but you normally see more than that. So yeah, I think Nightwing's looking, if he doesn't make any mistakes, I think P4's looking good for him. That's confirmation that the cars haven't got their penalties. Rick, of course, fell further back, so he had to serve that 5-second penalty in the pits, of course. Go back to the interval gaps, and Nunda really is close up on Pot Stuff, so he's making these hard tyres work. And Tango's left a session. No, he's not done it. He's only done it once in this race, and that was under the safety car, I think, as well, so he only lost 1 position from it. Hot Stuff goes deep. He is struggling on these medium tyres, and Nunda could be on for a podium here then, if Tango can't get back in soon, because Hot Stuff's going to close up, but Nunda's closing up the Pot Stuff. But look, Tommy and Nightwing behind. And I'll tell you what, with Tango being out of session now, Nightwing could be on for a podium if he can get past all these cars. Sully's looking pretty behind too as well. 1.6 still between Denzo and Sam. So if Denzo's down, and Tango is back in, and Rick's getting past Sweet MJP, just about Sloth's getting past Bradfield. If Denzo's tyres do start to go off, then Sam will be there. He's still sticking about 1.7 behind. This is for the final point I'm watching now between Mushroom and Sean. Former teammates, of course. Mushroom started the season, Sean's teammate in that Mercedes. It's given me fake penalty saying Tango. There we go. So yeah, we're used to that. Jones is on 17 laps on those hard. Brilliant stint from him there. And he'll be putting on some soft now to the end, possibly going for the fastest lap. Of course, we don't know what the fastest lap is. We'll have a look in a second. Yeah, Tango's still not back in his car, is he? And he is now. But Pot Stuff might get DRS. He's at the front of a bit of a train now. It is just the top 2 now. Denzo and Sam, they are the top 2. Both on different tyres. Tango's then got a job to keep his car behind. I think he's going to give him fake penalties that send him flying down the order at the end of the race, but he is currently P3. There we go, we get all our times back. Actually, that happens, it takes all our times away when somebody jumps back in their car. I think Tango is, yeah, Hot Stuff's got no ERS, has he? So he's going to be safe. Tango is lucky there, but Nunda might get swamped here, and look behind. Nightwing trying to get past Tommy and Nunda. And Nightwing's just got so much pace on those fresh soft tyres, and he's got to be patient though. It's not really the best track to do this strategy. Go on to fresh softs and then get past. You have so much more grip. I did it yesterday. Soft gets past Sweet MGP P13. I had such fresh tyres. I did this. I closed right up to Tommy, in fact, who's right in front of Nightwing. I had to back off a little bit and move to the side, just because I was that quick on these fresh softs. I had to flip the curb then and went off. Look at Nightwing here. I think he's going to go down the inside into the hairpin. He does go down the inside. Is he going to make 2 places? No, he's not. He's gone diving down. Nunda might have given himself wing damage there. I'm not too sure. But he went down inside Tommy. He's just managed to keep that place, but hit into Nunda there, Nightwing. But he manages to get 1 place at least. As he locks up now, and he allows Tommy to go back in. Is Tommy going to take this place back? He is. Brilliant move there from Tommy. He's really fighting for this. This is what I love to see. The reserves, they're not getting in the Premier League drivers' way so much, but they are battling each other. Brilliant battle from them both. Sully's managed to close right back up, isn't he, watching this battle? Is Nightwing going to go down the inside of Tommy here? No, he's not. He thinks against it, wants to get a better exit. He's going to go for it on the straight, I think instead. 1.9 between the top 2. Tango's still fending off this battle for the final podium place. And this is really game on. We see Jonesy's crashed. Jonesy's crashed, unfortunately. The same place we've seen crashes today as well. Just, it is in that coming out of turn 4, isn't it? On the first of the S's. He's just clipped that inside curb and will fly into that wall. Jones did a great stint on the hard tyres. Bradfield's in the pits again, and but hopefully, will anyone get drive through? Can anyone gain time out of this virtual safety car? What can it do here? Hopefully it doesn't affect anyone too much. Cheap pit stop, but obviously at this stage of race, with again, the field's so compact still. Bradfield, I think, just pitting for fastest lap gives us an opportunity to look at the fastest lap. It says Cryptic with 1:03.4, but it actually is. It's a 1:28.4. 1:28.460 from Rick Dalton is the fastest lap, just quicker than Sully's time. And DRS is enabled, and we are underway. No one's got a drive through, which is good to see. Although I think Sam might have lost a little bit of time though. He's lost a couple of attempts. Although he's got a better exit, so he's going to claw that back of Denzo, and he said crawl it back. So he's actually gained a couple of attempts out of it. Potstuff's gained on Tango, so Tango has got a poor exit off the VSC. His car sinks into the ground as well. He's a bit too far back for a dive, and he doesn't go for it. And Tommy and Nightwing, look, Nightwing down the inside of Tommy. And he's now around the outside, going onto the straight. He's going to get DRS. He's going to look for a move on Nunda as well. Tommy's got DRS himself. Nunda's got DRS from the car in front too. Nightwing gets past Tommy. Is going to go to the outside of Nunda. Nunda is positioning his car brilliantly, and Nightwing just can't get through there. And Tommy makes contact from behind. Sully just safely sitting back and watching, and Sam is crawling back at Denzo, isn't he? Sean gets past Mushroom for P10 for that final point now. Dan's in 9th, he has got a 3-second penalty though, won't affect him at the moment though. Great race from Dan. Sully in P8 if he can make up any more positions, and he's making a strong contender for driver of the day. Lunda and Potstuff's falling back from Tango, isn't he? But Tango's looking good for that podium. This would be absolutely brilliant for Tango. We could have, we've got a yellow flag, and that is for, I'm not quite sure what that was for. I think it was just, it might have been Jay Story getting out of the way in the Red Bull. Yeah, I think it was. He's just in front. Mo's got another 3-second penalty. He's catching up to Cryptic Alibi for P16. He's not making a move though. Great to see battles all the way down the field as well. Bradfield's in a bit of a battle of his own. He's 23 seconds behind Sweet and 27 clear of Cryptic. And Sam's nearly got a second. Nearly got back to within a second of Denzo. I think Jones, he might have got that glitch where it just hits the wall, no damage, and his wheel falls off or something. By the looks of some of his comments he's put in the Discord, which I've been a victim of myself. And this is just a DRS train, isn't it? Nightwing's not managed to close up to him, and Cryptic's got a 3-second penalty. None of the top 8 have got any penalties. If anyone gets one now, it could really lose them a couple of positions. As we are on the final lap now, Rick, the pole sitter, gets past Serious Mushroom. So look to get past Sean. Unfortunately, it's only going to be for the final point for him. He had a yellow flag. I think it is. I don't know what it's for. Again, to be honest, we're getting random yellow flags pop up over here, there, and everywhere now. Wait till you see my DNF. That's Jonesy talking. I bet it. From what I saw what he's put in the Discord, I bet it's one of those. He just hits into the wall, no damage at all, and then suddenly just throws the wheel off the car. Tango's done a great job on these hards to put away on Potstuff. I say Potstuff struggling since his P4 is on for his best finish ever, and to pulling clear of relegation. Nunda in 5th, holding on for Nightwing. He's doing a great job to do that. McLaren looking absolutely brilliant so far today, but Nightwing still going for it, isn't he? Denzo's going to come through the final couple of corners to start the final lap of this race. Even where in a race where Denzo had huge spin, he's still looking like he's going to win it again. Does Nightwing go down inside of Nunda? No, he doesn't. Although Nunda gets a good exit there. Nunda wants that place off Potstuff, doesn't he? Never mind what's behind him. Young Tommy and Sully and Football just had to sit there really because this DRS train. Cars in front of DRS is so hard to get past them. And we have a yellow flag. Is that Rick? No, it's not Rick. It's
I've gone as well.
And Bradfield's gone.
Oh, I've lost my wheel.
He's lost his wheel. Bradfield is out there. Just managed to see that crash. And Cryptic's going slow there as well. Gets out of the way. Denzo was just goes anyway. Sloth and catching up to Mushroom back to the final point there. We can't be watching battles for the final points though, because we've got to watch out in front. Denzo's in the lead. Looks like he's got Sam covered. And the battle for P5. Look, Tommy on Nightwing. They're getting close with Nightwing. And did say I think Nightwing left a couple of laps too late to pit, and he's got stuck in this train, hasn't he? If he pitted 2 laps earlier, he'd have been clear of him. Sloth gets a 3-second penalty. He's outside the points. Rick has got that final point, hasn't he? By the looks of it, this has been a great battle. It's just so hard to overtake. Young Tommy's pace has been incredible. Nunda in P5 on his hard tyres. Oh, and Tommy's sliding a little bit late. He manages to keep it together. Sully's going to get interested on Tommy now, though. It's just not. Is there the room? Can Sully find the room? He's going to go around the outside. He's getting a slipstream off Nightwing too. Can he make a double move? Is he going to go down the outside? Nightwing. Denzo wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Sam Swift finishes second. Brilliant, brilliant for Sam Swift. Tango then is going to take P3. Brilliant for Tango. Tango is P3. Nightwing just stays ahead of Sully. Oh, we'll have a look through all the order once we sort out Tango's pitch. Then we can look at it properly. But Sam Swift. Oh, and look how close Nunda got to the back of Pot Stuff in the end. 0.016. No penalties when the car towards the top either. There we go. Let's put Tango 8. Tango is on the podium. P3 for Tango. That is incredible. Just going to have a quick look through the standings as well, just so we can update what's going on. So Sam Swift, he's had 29 points all season. He's got 18 today. He's up on 47 now. Pot Stuff in 4th. Because Tango is up in 3rd, so 12 points for Pot Stuff puts him on 27, puts him ahead of Bradfield and Sweet MJP, and then Tango as well, 28 points all season. Even with these lags, he's had podium for Tango, 1st of the season, puts him on 43. Some fantastic races. We did say today, with quite a few not racing, this is going to promote some opportunities for some other drivers, and some of them are really taking it by the scruff of the neck. And we've got some decent points in there. Nunda as well, taking 10 points at P5. Yeah, great to have Nightwing back too. And this is giving driver day to Sully, who started last, didn't even look like he was going to race at one point. Oh, love that. Absolutely love that. 5-0 Bradfield Mushroom saying. Mushroom overtook him on the track as well. That should be an extra point. So yeah, don't forget Tango up into P3 because it's giving him that fake penalty. Oh, Sully got a 3-second penalty in the end, did he? Oh, so Sully got past yeah, he was ahead of Tommy, wasn't he? He nearly got past Nightwing, but in fighting for it ended up losing a place to Tommy. Otherwise it would have been more, but even still 20th to 7th. That's a remarkable achievement. Nominations for Driver of the Day, they'll be in the Premier League Driver of the Day nominations in a couple of minutes. Yeah, Rick Dalton not happy about that incident with Nightwing. Nightwing just hit the back of him, didn't he? He sent Rick spinning after being on pole. Dan Murphy in the points yet again after starting at the back. So it's a brilliant effort from him there. Of course, Sully is 8th, not 7th, because Tango, of course, up into P3. But Sam Swift looked like he could have won the race at one point, but had to pit for hards. I presume he didn't think he could do it on the tyres. But brilliant effort for Sam Swift, his first WNR podium. Cryptic saying Mushroom took him out. Pot Stuff gave it a good P4 for Pot Stuff. Best ever finish. Incredible. Yeah, 20th to 8th Nunda. Yeah, I did just correct myself. Anyway, that's going to do us for this week. We've got 4 races left, and with Denzo being that Denzo is now 24, so I think he's now 75 points clear with just 4 races to go. Denzo needs just one more race win to confirm it. It's all but confirmed as it is. It's going to take almost 4 DNFs and 4 wins for Rick Dalton or something ridiculous like that for it to swing. But it's looking good for Denzo now, isn't it? We're going to finish it there. We'll see you next week where we are going to be in the US of A. We'll have plenty of more penalties than we did today, I think, but that was a fantastic race. Missing a lot of our usual drivers, but well done to all the reserves, and thank you to all the reserves that stepped in as well, because that made an absolutely cracking race. Well done to you all. We'll see you next week in America.